Alright guys, we're working on a Suzuki sx4 today. It's a little worse for wear if you haven't noticed. I've messed it up a little bit. And it's got a chip on it, but it's a G-force chip. And I don't think it's actually working. We're going to do some tests on it to see what's going on. I have noticed better fuel economy, but a abnormally lean mixture. So, we're going to take it off and we're going to see what we get out of it.
Alright, that is the G-force chip. And as you can see, it's a really simple setup. It's got two wires that hooks right into your mass airflow sensor. And if I understand it correctly, the way it works is it modifies the voltage output to trick the computer into thinking there's a different amount of air actually going into the engine. From what I've been able to determine, it seems that the sensors on the vehicle are actually compensating for that fooled sensor input, but I am getting almost 3 more miles to the gallon. So I'm going to take this thing off here and I'm going to drive it around and I'm going to see if it actually was helping. Alright, now just to kind of chronicle what I've done here. All I've done is disconnected the wires from the connectors. Now this should render, of course, the chip completely useless. I don't think leaving the connectors on will cause a problem with any readings that it takes, I hope. And if I determine that I'm not going to hook this back up, I will take those connectors off and make sure that the wires are properly sealed. Alright, so I'm at operating temperature driving down the road, and so far everything seems fine. It seemed like it had a little bit more pickup when I first got in it, but it may just be the placebo effect in reverse. I don't know. But so far so good. I haven't taken any numbers, I haven't checked my fuel trim, anything like that yet, but so far so good.
Okay, I'm back from my test drive and I did 40 miles and I didn't see much of a difference at all as far as drivability was concerned. There was a slight reduction in RPMs at idle. It's supposed to idle at 750. It has been idling a little low in the 730s to 740s, and I did notice it was dipping down into the 720s and even the teens a little bit. Other than that, that was about it. There were some very small changes in the air-fuel ratio. There was also some slight changes in my long-term fuel trim on average. My fuel trim went up by about 1%, and I did notice that the air-fuel mixture did lean out some, and the computer was obviously compensating with the fuel trim. Drivability, I didn't notice anything different. I didn't actually fully test the vehicle. I don't know if you could tell, but I did have my kids in the car and it hasn't been the best weather. So I will take it out for some further testing. I'll probably do a fairly sophisticated test. It takes quite a bit of technical know-how and experience. And I believe it's referred to as the Italian tune-up. If you're not familiar, I recommend you get that way because it's awesome. But I'm not really convinced that I'm going to see anything noticeably different. I didn't reset the ECM, and I know you're supposed to do that, and pretty much you would have done that by disconnecting the battery before making any electrical connections or disconnecting something. But I wanted to see exactly what I was going to get and just simply removing the input from the chip. And I couldn't have done that if I disconnected the battery. Now that I know what I'm getting, I'll go ahead and reset the computer, probably just by disconnecting the battery. That's the simplest and easiest way to do it anyways, for me. And then I'll probably run through the paces one more time just to see what it does. I don't expect anything major. I don't expect anything to change very much. So I will get back to you guys if I notice anything more. But for now, man, save your money. Don't buy it. It's not worth it.